Welcome to another episode of New Music Today. This podcast sponsored by Charles Diab's Lesson Lounge in Leamington. I'm Corey Robertson. This is another edition of a basement session here at the WEpodcast network. Growing up with music in the house, you hear it all the time. Dad had a wicked record collection. Mom always sang around the house. Maybe it was piano lessons for you when you were 8 years old. Maybe you played in the high school band. Even if it's just a memory of a particular song that played on the radio every time you were in the car with the family, music plays such an important role in our formative years. Windsor, Ontario pop singer-songwriter Christie Palazzolo grew up in a musical household, and she joins me on the set for another basement session. Christie, thanks for showing up. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am fantastic. You
Awesome.
grew up with, in a musical household, and music a big part of your life. When you think of your formative years, how important, with what you're doing now, how important is growing up with music in your house?
Oh, I think it's super important. But the funny thing is, when I was younger, I didn't realize how important it was. Now that I'm older and I've been doing this for a while and I realized that I wanted to make a career out of this, now I'm realizing, like, wow, all those years because there were some years where I kind of wasted time, right? I didn't really work on it as much as I could have. And I didn't realize the importance of it, but now that I want to pursue it, I'm like, oh yeah, it was really important for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's times that, as any kid, you try to get out of your guitar lessons, your piano lessons, your homework,
Piano
whatever
lessons.
it happens to be, right?
No. Yeah. Piano lessons when I was younger, oh my God, it was awful.
But when you've got it already in the family, and you've got a nice support network that recognizes, as a kid, that maybe there is some talent there and let's keep you involved in something.
Yeah.
Did you have that kind of support?
Oh, for sure. So my dad, he owns a music conservatory in Windsor, and he's been doing music his entire life. So he started us really young, like playing piano and singing. I've been doing that for as long as I can remember, and he did that with all of my siblings. And I'm the only one that ended up kind of pursuing it down the line a little bit, but yeah, when we were younger, he made sure to kind of instill that music in us at a really young age. And, he never pressed it on us. Like, he never pressured us to, you have to pursue this. But he started us out in it. And I guess whoever went with it. So you didn't
necessarily have to take over the family business.
No,
it was just, it was always there. But, just as it's nice to have that kind of, support system. Very important to have that kind of support system.
Yeah.
I imagine then that there must have been a lot of different kind of, talent shows or singing competitions.
Yeah.
Did you do that kind of stuff as a, as a kid
stuff.
Growing up, maybe, even through teenage years and whatnot?
Yep. So my dad would actually have talent shows from his music conservatory, so he put them on himself with all the students at the conservatory, and so I got started in that really young. I think I was 6 when I did my first one. I don't know, maybe younger, and then I did some other things around Windsor, some other talent shows and the Art and Soul Festival and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was hard for me back then because I didn't, like I said, I didn't really realize the importance of it and how much it would mean to me later on. So when I would do those performances, I would dread it, right? But I didn't know back then that it was building up the foundation that I have now. So, yeah.
Did you do any, musicals and sort of thing, drama club kind of stuff, right? Because I think you got to have a certain amount of showmanship, right, to do this.
Yeah, I did. I did a few plays in my high school and a couple plays with theater productions in Windsor.
Right.
And I actually ended up going to school for drama and education at the university. So I did that as well. So I have a pretty decent drama background as well. So that helps with performance too, right?
Yep. So you and I share that in common, actually.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
here
awesome.
We are getting to know that. So
What?
I was in the I did the music theater BFA at Windsor. So
amazing.
we called your program the Dreads, right?
Yeah,
Drama and education.
Yeah.
But it gives you that nice. It really just gives you that nice ability, to take command of a stage, right?
Absolutely.
And you get that confidence to get in front of people.
Yeah, I think it's super important, actually. When I first started doing it, I didn't realize how much it actually helped my confidence until after, because you got to put on a show and you got to figure stuff out on the spot sometimes, and it makes you sharp,
Right.
So Yeah.
So you've got a brand new single that you've just released. I'm super excited about this song. You're going to do a couple of songs for us over this show, but let's get started with the brand new one.
Yeah.
And we've got Pete Strathill here to help us with the guitar playing, and nice to have him here to accompany. So this is Christie Palazzolo and You'll Think of Me on New Music Today.
You probably think I'm broken up. Yeah, you like that, wouldn't you? You probably think that I can't breathe while you flaunter in front of me. But I don't gotta tell you I'm okay. You're gonna hear this song one day. I hope it makes you feel lame. 'Cause baby, you set me free. Best thing that's happened to me. Baby, now I'm free. And you think of me when you close your eyes and it's late at night. You think of me. Wonder why I haven't called, said nothing at all. 'Cause baby, you did me wrong. And this time I'm really gone. You think of me and you miss me, yeah. You think of me, yeah, yeah. You probably thought I'd be coming back. Stick around while you play me like that. You probably thought that I'd forget and let heartache take over my head. But I'm strong in the ways you're weak, and you ain't good enough for me. Keep all your misery, 'cause baby, you set me free. Best thing that's happened to me. Baby, now I'm free. And you think of me when you close your eyes and it's late at night. You think of me. Wonder why I haven't called, said nothing at all. 'Cause baby, you did me wrong. And this time I'm really gone. You think of me and you miss me, yeah. You think of me, yeah, yeah. You think of me. Hey. 'Cause baby, you set me free. Best thing that's happened to me. Baby, now I'm free. Yeah. Baby, you set me free. Best thing that's happened to me. Baby, now I'm free. Yeah. And you think of me when you close your eyes and it's late at night. You think of me. Wonder why I haven't called, said nothing at all. 'Cause baby, you did me wrong. And this time I'm really gonna. You think of me and you miss me, yeah. You think of me, yeah, yeah. You think of me, yeah. Woo. You think you know me, but you don't. If you think I'll cry for you, I won't. Hey, yeah. Think you know me, but you don't. If you think I'll cry for you, I won't. Hey, yeah. I don't gotta tell you I'm okay. You're gonna hear this song one day.
Christie Palazzolo, You'll Think of Me, on all of the regular digital platforms, iTunes and
it's
all
available
of the other places.
all music
Yep.
distributing sites.
And your Facebook page is got your name, but with the word music, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
so
so
it's-
Christie Palazzolo Music.
Yep. And the actual tag on the Facebook page is Christie P Music. So
Christie P.
'cause a lot of people
Music.
can't spell my last name. So let's make that easier for everybody. Yeah.
Is there a little bit of a biography, biography in that song?
So it's funny, actually. This song I wrote for one of my best friends who went through kind of a rough breakup, and I guess kind of seeing the way it affected her, it inspired me to write a song because when you see one of your best friends hurting, it makes you angry. So and that's what I do, right? When I feel like a really powerful emotion, I end up writing a song about it in some form. So I went to the piano. I actually wrote that on piano, and I wrote out that song, and I remember showing it to her, and she cried. So that was good. So like, yes, I made you cry, but.
Music has that ability to heal. I talked a little bit at the top about there's a foundation that music can give you as a kid, but music has that power to heal us.
Oh yes,
as well.
Absolutely it does. Yeah. And actually, one of the next songs we're gonna play is kind of it's really meaningful to me in that sense because I grew up not having the best confidence either, and I'm much more confident now, and a lot of people wouldn't know that looking at me, right? Because as a performer, people think, wow, you must have so much confidence and you're so great up there. I'm like, you know what? Like you don't know what people kind of go through when they're alone, and that's kind of what my next song is about too. So.
Sure, and I think we all have that little amount. You know what? If you didn't have a little bit of butterflies, in the basket before you went to do whatever it is that you do, you wouldn't. That's what makes life worth living.
Right.
You feel those little things, and you take a deep breath, and you jump into whatever it is that you do, and I think music helps us do that. So you talk about that, and you've had some pretty cool milestones in your career so far. You were a part of the California Dreaming show that was at Caesars Windsor a couple of years ago, and I think that was really one of the first real big opportunities.
Absolutely.
That was a big crowd too.
There was 8,000 people there, I think, and that was super intimidating for me because I was 19 at the time, and when I did that, I was doing that production with a lot of really well-known and amazing musicians and singers around Windsor. So for me, that was my first kind of like major production, and I was like, oh my God, I was freaking out because I'm like, they're so good and I need to be good. But I was super proud of myself for overcoming that fear, because I remember when that opportunity came up, when you kind of have bad anxiety and you don't have the best confidence, you kind of, it runs through your head like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do it because I might fail. I might not be good and might not be good enough. But I made myself do it because I thought, this is important. This is a huge deal. And the only way to get better is to put yourself with musicians and singers that are better, right? So that's what I did, and I ended up, I think I did pretty well for it being my first show, and I was super happy about that. And I made some lifelong friends doing that too. So. Right
on. Yeah, about 3 or 4 years ago, the 2013 Children Games were here in Windsor, and you had a chance to perform there, and that was cool. And then was it the closing ceremonies? It was the opening ceremonies, and Susie McNeil came out, and you got to sing with her as well.
That was so cool. Yeah, it's awesome when you're singing with like someone who has pretty big celebrity status in Canada anyways, for me. So that was my first time doing anything like that. So she was super down to earth, super nice. And that was great for me because I was intimidated by that too, right? But that was a fantastic experience. So there was, I think there was 8,000 people there, or no, maybe 10,000. I don't know, something crazy like that. And then it was televised in all the countries of all the kids that were there. Right. So that was crazy. But I think that was actually the moment for me where I knew that that's what I wanted to do. Like you don't get a high like that, Like I was singing in front of them, and I'm like, oh my God, when I got off the stage, I remember I cried because I was like so overwhelmed. Like, this is amazing. Yeah. That was the best thing I've ever done. So I think that was the moment for me So
here's a cool little thing you have in common with her.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So what really brought Susie McNeil to a lot of people's attention was she was on a TV show, and it was the Rockstar in Excess version, and that's really what kind of lifted her and brought her. She had a cool single that she got to radio by, and this is probably 10 years ago or even more.
Yeah.
But you had a chance to be on a very equally cool show as well, The Song.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, and that was kind of like a last minute thing for me because, again, you think, the chances of me making it onto something like that are so slim, so why would I even try? And, that comes into your head sometimes, but again, it was kind of a last minute decision, but I said, no, I'll just do it and see what happens. And So it was a TV show in Muncie, Indiana, and you had to audition with an original song.
Right.
And the whole TV show was based around original music and original songs, and they chose 15 people, and I was the only Canadian, so that was kind of cool. So I got to go there, and we shot a couple episodes of that TV show. So that I learned a lot just from that, even about the TV world, because that's you don't realize with reality TV what actually happens behind the scenes, right? So I learned a lot about that too, but I met a lot of great musicians as well there, and it's, it was an awesome experience. So
very cool. Let's get you guys playing another song here.
Yeah.
All right. So another song here from Christie Palazzolo. This one's called Alive Today on New Music Today.
It's not easy being me when I'm lying in bed, wasn't feeling my head. Seems to come so naturally, all the fear and the doubt coming out of my mouth. But then it's days like today, I look around and somehow it's okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Take a deep breath, yeah, I'm okay. Damn, it feels good to be alive today. Feel the wind, the pouring rain. Damn, it feels good to be alright today. Some days I'm crawling, feel the sky is falling, but not today. 'Cause damn, it feels good to be alive today, yeah. Alive today. It's not easy being free when I'm feeling alone. My heart like a stone seems to be reoccurring. Being mad at the world, wondering why it's so cold. But then I think, hey, shut up, get up, stay up, 'cause you're okay. Yeah, I'm okay, yeah. Take a deep breath, yeah, I'm okay. Damn, it feels good to be alive today. Feel the wind, the pouring rain. Damn, it feels good to be alright today. Some days I'm crawling and feel the sky is falling, but not today. 'Cause damn, it feels good to be alive today. Hey, yeah, yeah. Alive today. When you feel you're crumbling, gotta find that something to make you feel like nothing's in your way. When you feel you're stumbling, gotta find that something. Take a look around, today's your day. Take a deep breath, yeah, I'm okay. Damn, it feels good to be alive today. Feel the wind, the pouring rain. Damn, it feels good to be alright today. Some days I'm crawling and feel the sky is falling, but not today. Woo! Take a deep breath, I'm okay. Damn, it feels good to be alive today, yeah. Feel the wind, the pouring rain. Damn, it feels good to be alright today. Some days I'm crawling and feel the sky is falling, but not today. 'Cause damn, it feels good to be alive today. Alive today. Alive today. Alive today. Alive today.
Alive Today, that's Christie Palazzolo on New Music Today. That's the song you auditioned with for the show we were talking about.
Absolutely. Yep.
Awesome. This is the part where we want to have a little bit of fun here now. So, first concert that you ever went to?
Oh, don't even remember. My first favorite concert I went to was Avril Lavigne. That was,
Nice.
I don't even know how long ago that was. Long time ago. That was her, when she came out with her third album. So I want to say like 2007 or 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
So
would you say she's a bit of an influence?
Absolutely.
Kind of the music you kind of grew up on. I can hear it.
Yeah. Can you hear the Avril influence? Yeah. Yeah. She. I loved her because she came out when I was in grade 4, like end of grade 4.
Me too.
Which was a really rough. Which was a really rough time for me. No, but I loved her because I thought she was just so raw and so real, and she had an edge to her, and I was kind of like that. Well, I am like that. But I was like that, especially in grade school. Like, I just remember thinking, like, I wasn't like a lot of other girls. Like, I was kind of tomboyish, and like I used to play in dirt, but anyways, so yeah, I don't know. But so when she came out, like she had that rock edge to her, and she just did not care. She was just herself, and like I remember watching her on an award show, and she like literally had like these cargo pants on and like a tank top, like didn't care. She had a tie on. I was like, man, this chick's so cool. Like she just did not care. I love that. I absolutely love that. So she was a major influence on me. Like her first album, Let Go. Every song I connected to somehow, and I just loved that it was so real. I'm like, this is like exactly what people go through. And even though I was like in grade 4 and 5 at the time, like I still like had a way to connect to it, right? So yeah, she was the first artist that really did that for me.
First album that you bought, or first record you bought with your own money?
It was probably Let Go, actually.
Oh, yeah.
There might have been others, but that's the one that sticks out to me. I think it was probably that one. Yeah.
Yep.
Still one of my favorite albums to this date. So, yeah.
Celebrity music crush?
Oh. These questions are hard. Give me the question list beforehand. Celebrity crush. I don't know. I kind of. Oh, people are gonna think I'm gross, but. No, not even that it's gross. I don't know. The lead singer from Mariana's Trench for a while.
Sure.
Josh Ramsey. I don't know.
They're cool.
Because he's so cool too. I don't know. I fall in love with like the personality of them on stage, you know, and I think that can be dangerous sometimes because sometimes, like I was saying, like sometimes you have a persona on stage, right? And you're not actually like that. But I think it's super important to be like a really awesome entertainer and like know how to connect with people, and I thought he was kind of like that. But there's so many others, I can't think of it on the spot. There's so many people, I don't know.
They're all beautiful, right?
They're all gorgeous. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
So you've worked a lot. We've talked a lot about your songwriting, and sometimes you write on your own. Sometimes you've got other people that you're writing with. What inspires you? Where do you draw it from?
Everything. I'm extremely emotional. So when something happens in my life, it could be anything really. Just something that affects me emotionally. I write about it. I have to, like, because I'm kind of an overthinker, and I like replay things in my head over and over and over again. So if something happens and it's like affecting me, it sticks with me until I find a way to get it out, right? And so yeah, songwriting has been that for me. And up till now, I haven't actually been writing with too many people. I've been the first album that I came out with, Alive Today. Those tracks I wrote completely by myself. But I'm noticing, obviously, more and more that I get older. Like, it's really important to be writing with other people and kind of get their influences and their opinions on things and the same emotions that you're feeling, but just in a different way, you know? So it's interesting to work with people and hear how they interpret your emotions too. So, yeah.
All right, we're gonna get another song from you. Okay, a little bit more Joe's magic there to get rid of the guitar. Want to get one more song from Christie Palazzolo. This is the one that really introduced me to Christie in the first place, and it was I planted the request ahead of time. This is Christie Palazzolo and Light It Up on New Music Today on the WEpodcast Network.
Just a face in the crowd, content with shutting up and being back around. The lights are changing, yeah, I'ma shine it up now. You never hold me back, I ain't backing down. Growing up, I felt stuck, but mama told me turn it up. You gotta stand tall when you feel small. Yeah, Yeah, they tried to bring me down, but Daddy told me sing it loud. Show 'em what you're made of, yeah, let your name light up the world. Light it up, light it up, light it up, light it. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Show 'em what you're made of, yeah, let your name light up the world. I never thought that I'd get off the ground. A little faith and hey, look at me now. The lights that changed me, I'ma shine it up and now. The old me ain't coming back. She's never going. Growing up, I felt stuck, but Mama told me turn it up. You gotta stand tall when you feel small. Yeah, they tried to bring me down, but Daddy told me sing it loud. Show 'em what you're made of, yeah, let your name light up the world. Light it up, light it up, light it up, light it. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Woo! Light it up, light it up, light it up. Show 'em what you're made of, yeah, let your name light up the world.
Light it, I light it up.
Light it up, light it up, light it up. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Light it, show 'em what you're made of, yeah, let your name light up the world. Show 'em what you're made of, girl. Show 'em what you're made of, girl, yeah. Show 'em what you're made of, girl. Show 'em what you're made of. Show 'em what you're made of, girl. Ha! Show 'em what you're made of, girl, yeah. Show 'em what you're made of, girl. Ha! Show 'em what you're made of, girl. Show 'em what you're... Growing up, I felt stuck, but Mama told me turn it up. Yeah, they told me that I can't, but Daddy told me now's your chance. Show 'em what you're made of, yeah, let your name light up the world. Light it up, light it up, light it up, light it. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Show 'em what you're made of, yeah, let your name light up the world.
Light it, I light it up.
Turn it around, yeah. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Show 'em what you're made of, girl. Woo! Hey, hey. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Show 'em what you're made of, girl. Let your name light up the world.
All right. Christie Palazzolo, that is Light It Up. Pete Straddle, thanks very much for being here, bud.
Yeah,
We
no
really
problem.
do appreciate it. Christie.
Thank you so
so much. Appreciate you
Thanks for having
taking the
us.
time and coming in to do another basement session here on New Music Today. And also really want to thank Charles Diab at the Lesson Lounge in Leamington for sponsoring the show. When you sponsor the show, you're sponsoring local and you're sponsoring local music. So we sure do appreciate that. Want to give a quick shout out. Check out my buddies Hunts and Solly here on WEpodcast Network. Awesome guys. If you enjoy some of the material that comes out in the Drive magazine, Hunts is behind a lot of that. Find Christie's music all over your regular digital music platforms, including iTunes. And that is another basement session here on New Music Today on the WEpodcast Network. I'm Corey Robertson.